Vintage audio repair is our main. Bringing old electronics back to life is our game. Tubes and wires we arrange, every circuit we exchange. Dusty gears begin to turn, ancient speakers start to burn. We revive the faded sound, where lost frequencies are found. Through the cracks and through the ground, we revive the faded sound. Crackling tapes and humming noise, broken knobs and shattered joys. Every fix we deploy brings back life to your pride and joys. Dusty gears begin to turn, ancient speakers start to burn. We revive the faded sound, where lost frequencies are found. Through the cracks and through the ground, we revive the faded sound.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and good evening. Yeah, we're live again, and I thought I'd do another live repair service even. Right, just get me chair, get myself into position. There we go. There we go. Right. It's better. Let's just get the phone sorted. Where's my glasses? They would help. There they are. Right. Move some of this stuff over to here for a minute. We've got the oil, we've got the IPA, the cotton buds, and we've got the grease. We're not going to need any of those yet, so we can move them to over here for a minute, because we need the space to put the turntable and all the bits that come off the machine go into the turntable platter for safekeeping. There we go, until we're ready for them. So let's just get to this, zoom out a bit. There you go. Right, let's sort the phone out. Yeah. Right. What's there we go. Right, I will take your questions, guys, but don't expect me to jump to that, because we're doing a repair, so I won't be jumping to it. I won't even have I'll have my eyes on it every now and again, but I won't be jumping to that, because we're going to concentrate. But I will get to everybody. Good evening, guys. Good evening, ladies, as usual. Right, so let's get stuck in, eh? Right, there we go. There. Get the cloth over it. Where's my screwdriver? He'll do. Right. So this is the Ua6, made by BSR. This belongs to my friend Richard from CB Radio, UK CB Radio Service in fame. Just check the idler. I think the idler might need to be redressed. Might need to do something with the idler. It doesn't feel quite right. The last idler was brilliant on the last one, but I think I might have one coming in anyway. So I think, because I've got a single play version of this deck coming in for spares. It's in a Do you know what you expect? To be able to just pull the clips off, don't you? But let's get the side of the pliers on that. There we go. There you go, that's that. Lift the idler off. Let's lift the washer off. There's a hair in there. Ew. Somebody's pubes. Yuck. Yeah, I think we might get away with this. Give it a light cleaning. Yeah, I think we might get away with that. Right, this is motors free. Right, there's the thrust washer, the top one. And we'll get the other ones off when we get the mechanism out. Now, we're going to need the soldering iron. So what we'll do, we'll start by removing this tag strip. Don't think, no, I can't remove that, can I, till no. We'll get that off when we get the mechanism out. But we do need to remove the tone arm wires. Yep. There you go, got that one off. And when I come, but it came. Yeah, my neighbour's due back tonight, guys. The lovely Courtney. Yeah, so yeah, she's due back tonight. Right. I'm gonna need, these have got nuts on the back of them, haven't they? So yeah, let's get me, soon find me doing, I use one doing me nuts. It's basically, I basically throw things in my drawers. And we'll do us, should do. If not, we're on the pliers. So we want to take this mechanism out. Oh, oh, the whole lot's turning. Let's get a screwdriver. There you go. What we'll do, guys, when we're putting all this, I'll try and keep it in sight. I'll try and keep as much of you in view as I can. And get this out. I hope here's Courtney and Tommy back. Yeah. I hope they've had a nice day. I'm not going to mither them, they've just got back. I hope they've had a nice few days. Yeah. So, I would have gone for the full 5 days, mate. I mean, and come back on Saturday. Unless they couldn't manage the full 5 days. And what we do, we divide everything here, guys. I'll come to the chat in a minute. I know you're there. I know there's a few people in. But hello, Mark, Bernie, and everybody there. Hello. Hello, Stock, Stiotic, is it? From Ontario, hello. What year is this unit? Early 1960s? No, it's not. This is about 1950, about 1954, 55. This particular unit. That one's coming off a lot easier. Yeah, it's 1954, 55. This is the BSR Ua6. For 1957, they had the Ua8. For 59, they had the Ua 14. Don't ask me about the numbers, the way they were numbered. I'm not sure why they did it the way they did it, but that was the way they did it. But, I mean, why didn't they start the Ua1 and work their way up? And no one knows. Right. Let's just move that out of the way. The control arm. A lot of people call it the overarm. That is completely wrong terminology. It's actually called the control arm. That's what the man from BSR say in the manual, the man who wrote the book of words. They call it the control arm. So until a higher authority comes up to me and says no, it's called the anything different, then it's the control arm. And I don't care what people say, that's what it's called. Now, what we need to do here is hold that there like that, because this is just going to go gadunch and it's going to fall. So we just need to take the mechanism out. Not much to these mechanisms. There we go, we'll take that nut off. Get the shape-proof washer. Don't want to lose the washer. Right. Then what we need to do is desolder the wires, from motor wires from the switch. This has a switch because it's out of a radiogram, or as they call it in America, a console stereo, because they can't say the word radiogram. So we'll put the motor assembly over there for a minute. Does need to be stripped and cleaned. Now, what is the issue again? Well, the issue, there isn't really an issue as such as I've found. What the issue is, the guy just wants it servicing. Wants it bringing back so that it'll work like new. So the next job is to remove the tone arm. That's what we have to do here. Sometimes they're actually still able to come on the loose side, but this one is a bit on the tight side, so whoops, there you go. There you go. Now when you're taking the tone arm off these, be careful of that spring. I just nearly swallowed it. This has got a plastic tone arm on them, some of them have metal. The later Ua6s. And make sure of all you don't lose that washer. That's the spacer, has to go back in. So what we're going to do, we're going to put all the bits relating to the tone arm there. Bits related to the turntable and idler are there. There we go, we've got the wire out. We don't know whether the cartridge is any good, we'll test it. If it's good, then we don't have to replace it. Well, probably will, because getting a stylus for that might be a bit of a challenge. Now we're not going to take the knobs off for the fear of running the risk of breaking them. Now that one's got something on it there, I don't know what it is, but we're not going to take the knobs off for the because we don't want to run the risk of breaking them. Take the 2 screws out the top. Anything relating to the mechanism goes to the back of there. There we go. Now, I'm not taking the centre spindle out because there's no need. Is that facing the right way, that centre spindle? Yeah, it must be. Because some of them face the other way. Right. So what we need to do is get the clips off these levers. Get the little clip off there. These clips are generally all the same size. And that one's dropped off, there it is. They're all generally the same size then. Then what we want to do is we want to take this lever off the knob. There we go. And then take it off the mechanism like that. Now this other lever we could leave on, but we're not going to because it will put strain on the knob. So we're going to remove it. We're not removing the knobs because we don't want to break them. And you can't just ring up BSR and say, excuse me, I need some knobs. She ain't going to get them. There we are. Hello Paul, good evening sir, from Alcove Electronics Workshop. Yeah, we've got a few in, haven't we? We've got 6 in. It's amazing, isn't it, how much interest a Ua6 can generate. Yeah, if I sat here with no trousers on, nobody'd come in, would they? Now what we need to do, guys, right, now the last one of these I did, this was actually nut and bolted. This one's riveted. But yeah, the last one of these was riveted, it was nut and bolted on. This one's riveted. So what we need to do, what I'm going to do, I'm going to unhook it here. I'm going to unhook it at this end because it's easier. Open that up a bit. We don't open it too much because we don't want to snap it. There you go. Right. Wow. Now what we need to do is press this down, take a bit of tension off. There we go. That takes a bit of tension off it. Because we don't want to stretch the spring, otherwise we'll have a problem. There you go. And I also want this end because I don't want this thing flopping about. But now I can get to this end. Them thin pliers, they might be better. Lift this out. There we go. Pop that there for a minute. And we can pop that down there because we ain't going to need that now for a while. Now, look at the state of that, guys. We'll zoom in on that in a minute. I'll just get this off because it's just going to flop about and get in my way. But yeah, this really what I should do is fire up one of my ultrasonic cleaners and chuck all the bits in, but I haven't got any detergent for them, so see, that's the trouble with being left-handed. Might not be able to get that off there. I'll tell you what, we'll leave it on. We'll leave it on, it won't make any difference. We'll leave it on. Now I need to take this tag strip off, don't I, because it'd sit in my way. So we'll get that tag strip off. There you go. Make sure we don't lose the shake-proof washer. Pop that back on there. Pop that there. Yeah, there's a shunt resistor on there to drop the cartridge a little bit. You know, to just drop it down a bit. So now what we want is we want the thrust washer and the bearing. We need them out of the way. There we go. That's turntable related, so that can go with those. And there's another thrust washer down here. Yeah. There we go. Right. So that, guys, I can zoom in. Don't worry about me wiping my hands on my shirt. I do it all the time. Now let's find the remote controls. There they are. Now I can zoom in now and I can show you this. And this is why I take them to bits. Oops, wrong way. Oh, there we go. See all that, guys? Look at all that cack. All that cack on there. That all needs to be cleaned off. There's cack all over it, guys. Needs to be cleaned off, and that's the issue. Right. So let me zoom back out. See, I have to see, I could really do with the camera being a bit further, being able to be tilted back, but I've got no way of doing it at this point. The mount's too close to over that way. I could have done with it being over this way a bit, but no way of doing it. I have to sort something out with that. Right, so we'll zoom out, because then we get maximum. There you go. Right, I'll explain everything as I do it, guys. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Right, so what we're going to take off here, we're going to remove the velocity trip lever, which involves just taking that circlip off. I mean, we're not going to pull this all the way down to really nothing. There are some bits we can leave on. And look at the cack on that. Look at the cack on that, guys. It's been there, it's had cack on it all them years, it all needs to come off. There you go. Get that clip off. Now, the gear. Now, there's something under here that comes off. Yes. See, that's why I like to get these off, because this has to come out and it has to come through. There you go. Take that out. Right. Now, take these clips off, keep all these with each other where everything goes, because once you start getting down to washers it can start getting confusing, so we'll put the clips on top of the washers. There we go. Oops. Goes on the top there, and then we just, whoops, pardon me guys, and we've got two washers. We've got a washer there. Remember, I'm building this back up upside down. A washer there, then we've got another, I think there's another clip there. There? Yeah, there is. Right, we've got another. Wow. Alright guys, there you go. That's a slightly different clip, no it's the same. Then we have the clip. Then we have the washer. That way, piling it all on top like that, doing that, we know which way it all goes. We know which way it all goes together. There you go. We know, we don't have to mess about with it then. I know how it goes anyway, but it's easier if we know. Now we're looking for a spring. We need to disable, we need to detach a spring, and it's from here. Yep. Tell you what guys, BSR didn't want their springs to come off, did they? But we can't get this out until that spring comes off. That spring has to come off. Has it got a gap in the spring? Got a gap in it. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, there should be enough to. And there is a gap slightly. We're just getting you. That's it. Flip that the right way. Turn it round. Push pad should now come out. There you go. There's your push pad with your spring. So we'll put that there. Then, right, all this we don't need to remove any of this because, well, I need to wipe my hands. We don't need to remove any of that because we can get around that. And what I will remove, do I need to remove this? Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Let's have a look. Nope. Right. On this occasion I don't have to remove that. So, it's only if they're, see, it's only if they're, yeah. That needs to be cleaned. But I think I can clean that in situ. I'll tell you what we'll do. We will take it off. We'll take it off. We'll take it off. A screwdriver. There we go. There's the nut. Just lift that off there. There's the shape-proof washer. Now let's get the screw, which is there you go. Right. These screws are all the same, so it doesn't matter where we pick one up to put one back in. But now what we need to do next is very, very carefully make sure we don't bend that spring. Lift that spring off. Now what we need to do is take this out of there. Right. Cotton buds and the cloth. Detergent. There you go. I mean, I could have threw it in an ultrasonic cleaner, but I've not got the stuff for that, so we're just going to clean it. And look at all the shit that's on there. Look at that, guys. There you can call the cack. But we need to get it off. We're not using IPA on here. The reason why is because you use that bloody much of it for so little results. So and I've got plenty of bottles of detergent, so got lots of detergent. So see, I can get into this lot to clean everything, so there's no need to take any of this lot off. There we go, look at that. Shows you, don't it, guys and ladies? Yeah. Yeah, they went to Butlins for 4 days. My neighbour, Courtney and little Tommy. Oh, they had a good week. You know, fucking better than them sitting around the bloody flat, innit? You know, better than them sitting around. You can't take this switch off, and this mechanism here doesn't come off, so you have to clean around it anyway. There you go. There we go, guys. So you're just cleaning there. So you look at that now. Now just get me little doofer there and see if we can get that bit of grease off there. Look at that shit there. Rock hard grease, look. Just scrape that rock hard grease off. There you go. Yeah, so I mean, electronics, guys, it's not all about looking at circuit boards for faults and testing with meters and using oscilloscopes, and you know, sometimes it involves a bit of this sort of work, you know, repairing the mechanical side of things. I mean, right, do I need... Yeah, we'll lubricate all that. Yeah, I thought that turned that bit there, it doesn't, to this doings. Right, so what we'll do now, we'll clean the other side. The other side's nowhere near as bad, but we will. There you go. Might have to get the IPA on there because we've got some stubborn grease. So we may have to clean that with IPA. Dissolve that. Because we want this thing to run. As good as it possibly can. You know, like it did when it was new. I'll be honest with you guys and girls, it's capable of doing so. Let's wipe the bench, there we go. This is more than capable of running like it did when it was new. There we go. Right. Now we've got the base plate cleaned. Wipe the desk. We can start to clean all these parts now, making sure we don't lose any springs. Right, so what we'll do, we'll give these a quick wash. The state of my cloth, guys, is that seized there because that's a cam follower, and that is seized, so that'll need to be unseized. That's a cam follower and it has to turn. Right, this part I'm cleaning here is called the push pad. Right, so what we'll do now, we'll unseize that cam follower. Yeah, I'm sure it's designed to be turned. Maybe not. Sure it is supposed to turn. Yeah. Yeah, because that cam follower runs around in there. Right, let me get the heat gun. Let's get the heat gun. If I can find the friggin' heat gun. Get the heat gun. Should be down here. There it is. Now whether I can reach it's another fucking matter. But we'll do our best. Yeah. Because I put new wheels on my chair, guys, and because I put new wheels on, the chair sits a bit higher, which is what I want really. Yeah, you can buy all rebuild kits. What the fucking hell's that? Bear with me a minute. Hang on! Might be the Mildred. Who is it? Who's me? Oh, it's you. Yeah, no, shut it. Courtney's back.
Yeah, seen her come back.
Yeah, I've just seen her going in now. Yeah. Right. What have you come back here for? Watch the telly? Alright. Hang on. There we go. Right, so what we'll do, we'll unplug that. And we'll plug in our heat gun. Move the plastic bottle so don't melt it. I'm sure that's supposed to turn. Let's get the pliers on it. Give it a quick. No, maybe not. I'm sure I did one of these last time it turned. Oh, there's the Mildred. Hey Mildred! Hello Mildred. Right, I'll see you in a minute. Bye. Alright, bear with me a minute guys. Christine! Here. Christine!
What?
Open the door for the Mildred. He's coming with the spuds. And he wants two BSR TC8s. Right. 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 So, we'll give them to the Mildred when he comes. Because I asked him to get me a bag of taters, and in exchange I'm giving him two of those. It's a big bag of taters. Right guys. That doesn't turn. I thought they did. No, doesn't turn. I thought they did. I know they do on some push pads, but not on that one obviously. My pliers have hit the floor. Right, let me just wrap the heat gun up. There we go. I mean, it varies between different versions. Some of them turn, some bloody don't. Let's put that down there for now. You know. There we go. Just bend down and get my pliers back, guys. Oh. There we go. Oops, my glasses. Right. So, give us a wipe here. Now what we want to do next is service the cam gear, guys. Why has that gone off? Hey Clarence! Yeah, I've got I've actually got 2 ultrasonic cleaners. I've got no fluid for them, so you know. Right, what we've got here, guys, this is the cam gear. Right, as you can see. Now, I'm going to take the cam gear apart and we'll take this nut off. I mean, that is seized. Look at that is seized. So we may need the gun again. So we'll keep all this in front of us. Can I press it out? If I can't, I'm going to need the gun again. Nope. Need the heat gun. Now, I've not come across one of them that's been seized in there before. And I've done hundreds of these. Done a lot of them, and I've never come across one that's been completely seized. Normally happens on the newer BSRs or the Garrards. Doesn't usually happen on these, but it has on this one. So, see, we need to get that's called the actuation pawl. We need to get it out. Let's see if that's going to help us. Yep, there you go. There you go. Now inside this, guys, I'll get to this in a second. I'll just hang that down there to cool down. There's something you need to know. Isn't that bit of fluff? Now inside this, I'm going to try and zoom in to show you this, because this is important. You wouldn't believe how important this piece is. Make sure I don't lose the nut. And there's the other bit. Right, let me just deal with the Mildred. Oh, it is the Mildred.
Hey, Mildred.
Yeah.
Hello, Mildred.
Oh, it's alright, I don't need it yet.
Yeah,
Look,
Mildred.
you must be loaded the bedroom lights on.
Oh, turn it off for me, Mildred.
Oh, God.
Fucking hell, I do. I'm getting palpitations.
Getting paid too much, this cunt, Chris.
Mildred, I'm online.
Getting paid too much.
Mildred.
Oh, no, he does.
Yeah, see that one under there? The bottom one, take that.
Fucking hell, I forgot all about that fucking thing.
Yeah, take that. Yeah.
Got a needle in? No.
Yes,
And?
it has. Oh, just take it, Mildred.
I've got
Here.
no shit.
Yeah.
I've just got one of them fucking internet telly's given me. Right.
I gave you one of them, didn't work. Well, the telly did.
I got one, I've been tried it. They said to me, it works, nothing wrong with it. Take it. Remote and everything. It's got my daughter said to her, fuck it, do you want a telly? Take the cunt. Oh, you probably got one better than me.
Probably.
I can go and get one, but I can get an 85 inch for 375 quid.
I know, there's no money in them now, is there?
No, fucking massive.
Yeah. If you're looking for your pocket mills,
What's
just feel...
this for?
The
the
styluses, yeah, needles as you call
I've
them.
done the switch.
Have you done it?
I managed to get in with a fucking bar with a socket on it, take the full switch out,
Right.
cleaned it and put it back.
Yeah.
But the arm's not
Has
dropping.
it got,
record.
Mildred, has it got the eggshell on the front of that?
Yeah, it's on it.
Right, well there's a stylus in it then.
Right. Right, I'm gonna go.
You went years ago, Mildred. I take it you dropped me potatoes off.
They're here.
Cheers, mate.
Telling me he keeps farting in
Mildred!
here. I'm going, I'll see you later.
I only fart when I speak to you because that's the only language you understand. Shite. Anyway. Right, so that's the Mildred dealt with. Christine! Do us a coffee when you get 5 minutes. Now, what I want to speak to you about, guys, I want to speak to you about this. This is the actuation pole. Now, you might think there's nothing significant about this. You might think there's nothing significant. I can't zoom in any further. Oh yeah, I can. You might think that this is insignificant. Right. So why has that just moved out of shot? Oh, fuck's sake, move the camera. The phone. Right. There we are. Right, you might think this is insignificant. This little part here, these two little parts. Don't worry about them. Right, this all this here makes up the actuation ball. You may think. Wrong. For inside here, and this is very important, very, very important, that you don't lose it. Put that back there, put that there. Can anybody see that? No, you can't. Let's move it a bit further in. There you are. Can you see that little spring thing there? Little spring washer, little spring. That's a little spring. Now, if you lose that, you lose that. Believe it or not, if you lose that, this won't work properly. Which means the automatics won't work properly because it just doesn't. I lost one once, and you have to lose one to find out. You lose that, guys, or you're in. Unless you can make one, you're in tough shit. You lose that, and it's because it's a very, very important piece, and it's a tiny piece. You lose that, you're all over the floor with a fucking magnet. Because they are actually a piece of spring steel, so you can actually find them with a magnet. Now what we'll do, before we clean this, because this was going to go back together. Now we'll put that all that there. We'll leave all that there. Now what we'll do is zoom back out, so you lot can see the rest of the bench and see what I'm going to do next. Right, but always make sure, guys, that you don't lose that actuation pole spring. You lose that, you're in deep shit, trust me. Because if you lose it, you ain't gonna. Like I say, these bits, you just can't ring BSR and say, listen, Mr. BSR, I need one of these, because it ain't gonna happen. And I don't even think there was spares made. I don't even think that was supplied as a spare part, because you know you weren't expected to probably disassemble it that far down during the service, and it's a part that sort of wouldn't fail. That's a stain that's on there, that's not coming off, but we will try it with IPA. And when you clean stuff like this, right, we'll get IPA on there, because that'll come off that. Always check stuff like that. always have a scrape on the top of stuff like this, things like washers. Always check. There's not a washer on there, and I knew there wasn't, but I'm showing you guys so that you all know. Now when this goes back in, it'll work like a Swiss watch. We'll go over it in a minute with some IPA and get the hard bits off. Unless what we'll do is scrape some of the hard bits here. With the screwdriver. There you go. Right. That's it. We're nearly done. We're nearly ready to start assembling the bloody thing now, guys. Yep. Yeah, the lad who owns this, the guy who owns it, Richard, we go way back, way before YouTube and any of that lot, guys. We go back to between 20 and 30 years. We've known each other. We've known each other a hell of a long time. I think I've known him since the early 2000s, because I did some jukebox work for him years ago, and that's how I got to know him, because I used to have a website called NSM Carriage Repair, where I used to repair the carriages for the jukeboxes, and that's how he found me. And you know, we've helped each other out since. You know, with spare parts or manuals, and you know, see what we do. We get the look at the shit coming off there, guys. Yeah. Give it all a good clean. Now we'll give this all a good clean round here. Hey Christine, we go in the kitchen drawer and get me a cloth. Because I've got some in here but I can't find them, and that one's getting a bit on the manky side. That's. See, this will come off, it's not a stain, it's fucking rock hard lubricant. It's put on there when the thing was made. And look at this. Don't bring me one of the white dishcloths though. Aye.
Yeah.
That'll do. Oh. Cheers. Right. Christine, what happened to me cup of coffee? Yeah, put the taters in the potato bin. Have a special bin for me taters. That's what I used to keep Scraps' food in. Yeah. I still miss Scraps, guys. I mean, I'm not going to miss him forever, really. I did think about another dog, but I've decided against the idea. I'm not going to do it because clean all the crap off, make sure you can see what I'm doing. Because I don't want people saying, yeah, we can't get a good view. Clean the inside of this. Always make sure, guys, that when you do it, you make sure you give your hole a good clean. Or if you're watching, Richard, I've got my trousers on this time. Last time I started early in the morning and I didn't have my trousers on. There you go. Look at that, guys. Like a brand new one, look. Right, now what I don't do, I'm going to put this back on there like that. I'm going to clean that there. Make sure there's no crap there. Right. Put them in the bin in a minute. So they don't end up on the floor. Now what we'll do, we'll clean the actuator, the actuation pole. We'll do it with IPA. This is the top of the, no it ain't, this is the bottom of the actuation pole. And that's where that little spring, piece of round spring steel sits in. We have to get all this shit off because it'll only what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to set up the ultrasonic cleaner on bench 2. I'm not going to film on bench 2 anymore, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pinch the camera from bench 2 and I'll put a tripod mount on it and try and angle it over this way. See what we can do. Right. Just give that a bit of a quick scrape because that's proven difficult. Just get the last bit off there. There you go. Yeah. That's got it. It's there. Right. Clean the top of the actuation pole, which is there. And I mean, this is very intricate stuff, and can't really do much if you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best. Yeah, I'm talking to you as while I'm doing it anyway, so that's that clean. Right. Whoops, where's you gone? There you are. Flew out my hand. Right. You know, it's just give that a quick scrape because there's a bit of hard shit there the IPA won't quite grab. I mean, to be honest, guys, it's a testament to the people who designed and made these. I mean, they'll never make stuff like this again that can be just serviced. Right, so what we need to do next is clean that. So we need another cotton bud. Hey. See, I'm alright as well for parts for these because I don't throw parts away for these. I've got a couple of them, got 1 or 2 in the shed. So if I ever need to raid something, I've got something I can raid part that's clean. Now this fucking isn't. Now if I had dropped that in an ultrasonic cleaner, it would have just come like new, wouldn't it? But Where's the fun in that?
Laura! Who's dog what? Your dad's some tea for you. There's some pie and chips. Are you having them? Alright, you come in here. Your dad.
There we go. Let's get another cotton bud. Yeah. I think that's pretty good. Go over it with the other side. Make sure no shit comes off. Not too bad now that. Yeah. Right. So. Fuck's sake. Hey Laura. Yeah, listen. Yeah, you're teasing the microwave.
Yeah, my mum said.
Yeah, listen, I'm online at the moment.
Alright, I'll see you in a bit.
See you in a bit, bye. Hello Karen, hello Jeff, hello Pat. Yeah, no, you can't, hi Paul, a guy from the 60s. I do get to these guys, but you have to appreciate it does take some time when I'm doing this. Now, what we need to do next, we've got all that clean. Now, what we want to do, we want to put, I don't lubricate this guys, this all goes in dry. And it doesn't go in that one, it goes in that one. Andy, learn where your holes are. Then we want the bottom one, which goes there. Then we want our spring that we don't want to lose, which goes in That's it. Just put it on there, Christine, and don't slide it on, because when you do slide it, you spill it all over the top. That's it. Cheers. Right, that looks like it's been bent, but I don't know. I'm not going to do nothing with it at the moment. So what we need to do is slide that onto there, because I think that looks like it's been bent by somebody, but I don't know. I need to check one. I've got one somewhere. Then what we do is put that in there. And remember, there we go. Let's bring it round into its correct position, which is there. It's supposed to lock into there, there we go.
Hi Carol, what's with your pictures?
Now what we do, we tighten this up.
Bottom spend. Bottom spend. I'll get you Carmen.
There we go.
I'll get a picture of the cat and the carers.
That is tight. Why is it that tight?
I'll send you a picture of
No, that's not right. That's not, shouldn't be that tight.
See you later.
It's not like that. I don't think that's gone all the way in the hole, it should. Lift this out, make sure we don't lose our little spring. Now let's have a look at this. Do you know something? Yeah, I cleaned that hole, didn't I? Yeah. Put it the fucking wrong way up, guys. Ah. Now what we do? Now let's try again, shall we? I thought that didn't look right. Let's try again. Now we've got our little spring in there that we don't want to lose. That's already almost in. There we go. Lose that spring in, you're up shit creek without a paddle. There we go. There we go. See, there is a bit of resistance on this, as well as supposed to be, but not a lot. But you should be able to tighten it up. Hang on. Make sure that we're, there you go. That's it. Yeah. I will drop a little bit of oil in the bottom of that. Only a little bit. There you go. Wipe it round. There you go. That's it. See, that's how that works, you see. What happens is the velocity trip lever comes up and it pushes that top there, which pushes that. And if that spring's missing from under there, that'll push, but will not push the top bit. That won't work. That's why there's a bit of resistance, but not much. We're just giving it a jiggle. That's it. Yep, there's no resistance in that now. And no, I won't bother, because if I do, it'll run all under there and stop. Right, so I think we've got enough oil under there, yeah. Oh, that's moving dead free, that. Yeah. And that's supposed to have a bit of resistance. It pushes and then does that. I've got a feeling that's bent. I've got a feeling somebody's bent that. Because I don't think that's supposed to be bent, but I'm not sure. We'll find out if the mechanism doesn't work when we put it together. If it doesn't, we'll just straighten it. But yeah, I think somebody's bent that, guys. I've got another mech, I'll have to have a look. Sure, that should be straight. Don't think that should be bent. Yeah, that shouldn't be bent, I'm sure it shouldn't. Anyway, we'll check it later. Now, put that out of the way. That's been cleaned and done. The push pad's been cleaned and done. Now let's do the actuation pawl. Let's clean that. Might be still enough shit on here to detergent on here. Just give this a wipe, because this won't be full of shit, they never are. Clean that. There you go. Look at that. Yeah, this cloth's pretty wet, so we don't have to mess about. So there we go. That's bent, and no, that's not supposed to be bent. It's supposed to be straight. That is supposed to be straight, that, guys. That is not supposed to be bent, because I'll explain why in a minute. That's supposed to be straight because that part there pushes that back in. That pushes your actuation pawl back in. Right, well, I'm happy with that. Right, so let's get, first now let's clean our, this is the Magidis selector. Let's have a sip of my coffee. This is the Magidis selector. This will only need a wipe, and I do lightly lubricate these. See, that there should be moved through, that should drop back down under its own weight. And it doesn't, so let's try and get some lubricant down there. There we go. Pull that down. Oil that. Oil that side as well. Give it a little bit there. But that there's supposed to, let's see if we can just see, you can't get nothing behind that. That should fall back on its own, what it is doing now. There you go. That should fall back on its own weight. There you go. Drop a bit more oil down. It'll run in. There you go. A bit down the back there. There you go, guys. Pull that down and that should drop. So you can't take this off, you see. They're riveted on. And there is grease under there, but you can't get it out. You can't get down into there. You can't get into it. Just can't get into there. Which is a fucker because you can't take these off. See what I mean? They're riveted. Christine, there's a white and red spray can on the table in the front room. We bring with this red straw sticking out of it. We bring it through. Have to spray a bit of service oil into it. That'll dissolve it. It'll drive the lubricant out. Because that's just going to seize up again. Yeah, it's just going to jam up again. Let's try a bit of IPA on it. Neat pour it, there we go. That's working now, but as soon as that IPA evaporates, you can see the shit. You see the crap, but you can't take this. You can't take these off. You can't take them off. I mean, there's a bit of a gap there. It's a bit on the loose side, but you can't take them off. You can't get in there with anything. You just can't get in there with anything. See, it's starting to stiffen up again now. I mean, you're not supposed to use service oil on plastics, but so what do you say? It's what I've heard. But anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that for now, because there's not really much I can do about that, because I can't get it off and I can't get nothing in there. It's a shame really, because you can't get anything in. It would have been easy to make that part that came off, but they don't. It's not designed to come off. You just can't. That's all you can do really. There's not supposed to be any lubricant on that anyway. I only oiled it to try and help it out, but I mean, that bit there's now lubricated. That's perfect, that now. That pivot, it's just this. Christine! Me bloody can of spray!
You can display.
Yeah, it's on the table in the front room. It's got a red straw sticking out of it.
Right.
Fucking hell. Pardon the language, guys, but I asked you 5 minutes ago. Too busy watching that fucking shitey telly.
No, there's not.
Or fucking about with that phone.
Messing about on my phone.
Well, there you go. Hopefully that'll chase out the lubricant. You know, or what was lubricant. Just wipe the excess. See, I can't take this off. There's no way I'm going to be able to take it off. If I take it off, I won't be able to put it back on because they're riveted. Right, well that's all I can do. Nothing else I can do with that. So that's ready to go back on anyway. Pop that back in there for a minute. Now, bring the main mechanism back. Now, what we need is the grease. I need to order a new tub of grease. I'm running a bit low. Right, so we'll just clean the back of that. I think I cleaned it, but I want to make sure. No, give that a bit of a clean. Thought I'd clean that. Yeah, I thought I'd clean that, guys. I've obviously cleaned this side of it. Yeah, I thought I'd clean that, but I must have missed. I was too busy fucking about, weren't I, with that thing. There we go. There you go. Right, so what we do here, we remember, guys, you don't need to overdo it. Put enough on. Yeah. There you go. Push pad. Right. I'm just looking. Yeah, it's definitely right. It's definitely the right way. Let's see where the spring goes in. Spring goes in there. So the spring has to be fed. Come on. Through the second hole. And it doesn't help that the arm mechanism keeps flicking out. There we go. That goes in there. Oh, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Come here. That's it. Now, what we need to do is lift that off there, because we need to put our, right, so right, it's getting this. What we have to do is get these lined up. move that a minute. Yeah, the circlip went on first because it was on the back. So the circlip. So that's it. There you go. Circlip second. There you go. Then we have that. And we have that. And we have that. And we've got a spring here which has dropped out. I know where that's come out of, don't you worry guys. Then we have that. There you go. Then we have that. And that. Right. Then we have a bit more grease. Because this has to slide along. Clean that off there in a minute. Bit more grease. There you go. Bit of grease on here. Get a bit of grease on there. So it can slide nice and sleeve, but make it nice and slick. Right. Fuck's sake. You'll have to ring me back, I'm online live. Right, bye. Fuck's sake. Right, so that's right. Now that spring we were talking about came from here. Dropped out of there. That's where it's from. Thank you, it was in there. So we'll take it out for a minute so we don't lose it, but what we need to do now is right. Yeah, I thought it was right. That has to go in the back one. Fucking hell. Do you know something, guys? I do it every time. The amount of these I've done over the years, yeah, I thought it does, it goes in the back. And I think I might be able to just lift this one out without having to take the whole lot to bits. Feed that spring back through there, yeah, and just bring the whole push pad back, yeah. Let it, there you go. Right, let's get me spring. Yeah, you just lift that Yeah, you just poke your spring through, push that unit back, because that all has to go back. Get that out of the way. Is that gone there? Yeah, it's gone where I need it. There we go. There we go. That's got it. Yep. Every time I do one of these, I always put that back in the wrong hole. Don't ask me why. There you go. Let's just flick the spring over. There we go. Because we need the spring to be over the other side. Come here, you fucker. Right, let's just... Right. Right, let's just get the spring up to where we need it. There we go. If I get that there we go. Just see, the spring is actually caught. Just lift that down a bit. There you go. See, it doesn't help when your fucking fingers are full of fucking grease. So that's... Get a spring back through there. That's it. Hold the spring. Now let that drop. See, it's a case of getting that. See, there I've got the spring off, that's easier. There you go. It's fucking easier, be easier, put the spring back on. And that clip. There you go. There we go. That's it. Now, pop the spring back into there. Just close the end up a little bit. That's it. Yep, that's good. Put this end in the back. And see how it originally went. Come here, you fucker. That's that end in. I might have to open it up slightly, get it in. This end's a bit thinner, so probably See, the problem we've got is when you get grease all over your fingers. Yeah, it should just slip into there. Like that. There you go. Seeing that now? See how that moves now? And that's how it's supposed to work. There you go. Now what we do, make sure we don't lose that spring, we'll put that there for a minute. Then what we do, we just get, there you go, a bit of grease, a little bit of grease on this. Not too much, but enough. There you go. Let's find the hole. Now, push the push pad forward. There you go. Get the circlip. Before I do that, just give it a drink, a quick drop of oil, just to reinforce the grease. There you go. That'll just right. There you go. This is supposed to go, and it all runs, and that's his rest position. Now we want to put the actuator pawl in. I want to wipe my hands before I do that because I don't want any grease on this. This is a part that does not get greased. Now what we do, we put this in and it goes in this way. It goes in. The front of it hooks under, goes into that slit there. Now that goes into that slit. There you go. Then we have a clip. There's no washer on this, it's just a clip. And then what we do, clip the clip on. There you go. Now how this actually works, guys. Hang on. Lift that back up a minute. That's it. Have a sip of my coffee and I'll come back to you guys for a minute. See what you guys are saying. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Andy, do you think the makers would have expected their record players to be still working after all this time? In answer to your question, Karen, Do you know something? Do you know something? I'm going to say yes. Because back then they actually built things to last. You know? I mean, these were all made of metal. There's no plastic in these. You know. So yeah. Yeah. So if I bring that there, like that, and that holds the arm back. Now what happens here, if I hold that pin to stop that shooting forward, what happens here, guys, when your arm gets to, there's your arm there, there's your arm there, there's your arm. Now as your arm gets nearer to the end of your records, bring this back, there we go. Now what happens is, that pushes on, does that. Now I'm going to check that because I don't think that should be bent. That looks like it's been bent by somebody. That looks like it's been bent, that, guys. I'm not happy with that. But I'm going to check. Because that's going to come off the end. That's going to come off the record a lot sooner than what it's supposed to with that. I don't think that should be bent, but I'm not going to do out with it yet. I'm going to look at another one. And I've got another one in the bedroom. So I'm going to look at the other one I've got and see where we're at. But I'm pretty sure I'm right. Right. Now. See, that's alright now, that. So what we do, we put this in, we don't even lubricate this. I don't lubricate these because there's no need. There's a little bit of oil on the pivot. Right. So what we need to do next is turn the unit round. Yes, I thoroughly believe that they thought these things would last. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can't see any reason why they shouldn't. I don't think the manufacturers could see any reason why they shouldn't. Now what this does, this goes down. This goes down into there, hooks in. But now we get a screw and a shape-proof washer and a nut. Now remember, guys, these are all the same, these fixings, so we don't have to worry. Why worry about a thing? 'Cause every little thing gonna be alright. Like Mr. Marley, he'll last forever. You know? Absolutely, guys, absolutely. Now, let's get this in position, because it does have a position. It has to be in because it has a little nodule thing. And that sits in there. That's correct. There's a little divot that it sits in. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Screwdriver. Screwdriver. Where are you now, screwdriver? There's my fucking nut driver I was looking for. That fucking longer actually. Need my screwdriver. There you are. Come hither. And that'll tighten in. Now we've got this spring, which I think they use this as a primitive anti-skate, and that spring sits, that spring goes round there, It goes round there. I don't want to bend it. Goes round there. And it sits in there. There you go. That's where that spring goes. See, that's all working now. And if I pull this out, I push that, it's either up or down, push it down, that'll release. Yeah? And that flicks up and drops back, that's good. Now, rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun, 3 little birds beside my window, singing sweet songs, a melody pure and whatever it is. I can't remember the rest of it. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Like this. Rise up this morning. Smart. No, it doesn't go that way through. Can't do it, it has to go that way through. Smile with the rising sun. It goes. Yeah, it has to go through there. That doesn't go. Nope. Yeah, it goes on that fucking shaft there. So. Right. Right. Because that lifts up onto that and lifts that onto that and pushes that pin in when that's pulled. But that doesn't go through that fucking way. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Let's make sure. Yeah, it does. And then that pushes into there. Because this, yeah, that's pulled by that, look. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Fucking hell, indeed, dopey bastard. Right. Then the big clip. The big clip goes on here, and this is the only big clip apart from the one that holds the turntable down. There you go. There you go. Now what happens here, whoops, what happens here guys, this pulls the control arm, pulls on this lever here, and that, whoops, and that's supposed to go under there. Oops, it's supposed to go under there. So can I push that and just get that under? Yeah. It's supposed to go under that. Put that clip there a minute. Get here. There we go. Right. let's just tuck that so it goes under there. That's it, that's it. There you go. And that should drop back down. Yeah. Oh, get here you fucker. Supposed to drop in. There we go. Right. There you go. Give that a drop of, give that some oil. Do a liberal amount. What I'll do, I'll push that up a little bit and the oil will work its way down. There you go. Take off the excess. Put the clip back on. There. Dee 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 dee. Whoops, come here you. That's it. Make sure it's actually in all the way. It is. Sometimes they look like they're in and they're not. Now how this works now, guys, what happens is as this thing goes round, this goes there, and this wire pulls that lever. There you go. That presses that button there. Hi Laura. Right. And that now means that can turn. Hang on. Let's bring this. That's right. Hang on. That. Move that. That is supposed to. Right, that was working before. Right, that is supposed to go. Yeah, that's right. Right, that is supposed to. That is supposed to go back. Right, that's the spring in place. Right, that's right. That's right. So why is that not? Why not? Let's put this on in its rest position. It's supposed to be in its rest position. Right. So that's supposed to be in its rest position. That won't go any further back. Let me have a look. Right, so let me see if I can pull that down. There we go. There we go. When you're doing this, guys, let me tell you something, when you're doing this, expect your fair amount of fannying about, because you're going to get it. There we go. Expect a fair amount of fannying about when you're doing these, because it does happen. Now I want that so it's caught, so it can't move back. That's good. Right. Right, so let's take that out of there. Now, get that in the right position. See, it's working now. Now if we turn, now that is now in its rest position. So now, near enough. Yeah, that's just rest position it's got to be. Hang on. That's his rest position there. I'm still not happy about that there. I still think that's fucking bent. Right. So now we need to go anti-clockwise with this. Yeah, let's turn it on. Is that on or off? And that's off. That's on. So that should click off. Go anti-clockwise. And it didn't, so that's definitely on. So we'll turn that. Oh, it won't, will it? Because that lever has to be pulled. There you go. There you go, turned off. And that's how it works. And that lever pulls that to stop the arm flying forward. And that's it. Right, let's get all the pivot points oiled. First of all, let's just clean the IPA, the tone arm bit. Christine, do us another brew. See, there was no need to take all this lot off because it just cleans. I mean, that's supposed to do that because that's moved out of the way. So there we go. Yeah, I really think, yeah, it was a good question, that, Karen. I really think that BSR, Garrard, don't know about Calaro, they're shit. But certainly BSR and Garrard, yes, I think they expected their mechanisms to last. Absolutely, right. So what we'll do, we'll put a little bit of oil on that pin, put on that pin there, because that pushes, that moves, and it pushes, there you go, you need a little bit. Don't overdo it, guys, you don't have to overdo it. And then if I lift that back onto there, so you actually move, gives you the arm movement. And that flick, when that goes forward, that pin flicks down. You can't see it, there we go. Now, if I move that fully forward there, as if it's back to back on the rest, this lifts up, pushes onto there, and holds that there. Now that'll stay there now. That'll stay there for as long as you want it to, until of course you do that, and that pin will flick down and that'll flick back, throwing the arm into the centre. Right, now we've lubricated everywhere. So why is it still getting the ubiquitous bit of shit? Why is it we've lubricated everywhere, cleaned everything, it will still get the ubiquitous bit of shit falling in there? Just give it a... Yeah. Let's get a bit of crap out of there. There we go. A bit of grease down there.
You didn't drink it.
I did.
There's still some in it.
Oh, fucking a little bit at the bottom. You know. Do you know if I don't eat the cup she'll fucking moan? Right guys. I think we put a bit on the top of that, didn't we? Just in case we forgot. I'll do us. Go around everywhere. Pivot points. But remember, don't ever lubricate this, because you want no resistance and it causes drag. And that's improved now, isn't it? Yeah. Right. Little bit of grease just on this. Little bit of a runner here. There you go. There we go, guys. Right. Yeah. Perfect. And what happens is, when this comes back round, it gets pushed back into position. Like that. It could be right, actually. It could be right. Because look at that. That turns like butter. That's lovely, that. So what we'll do next, these are clean. There's no actual shit in them, so we'll just pack them with, we'll put the, give the bearings a quick wipe. And what I do, guys, I put these back in. I put these back in upside down. Then they can take another 50 years or something to wear a groove. Let's give that a wipe. We don't want any rumble, do we? Well, there you go. There we go. Pop that in. And I put them upside down so they can wear a groove in the underside. Right. There's been much debate over the years as to which way round you put the ball race. It doesn't matter. Up or down makes no difference. I generally put them facing up because get that packed with grease. Up this morning. Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. There you go. Dee 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 dee. give this a wipe, because we don't want any excess lubricant on it. There we go. Put that back in. There you go. Right. That spring goes into there. There we go. Move this out of the way, and that is, guys, the mechanism rebuilt. There you go. I'll just move. We're coming to the end of the live stream now. So what we'll do, we'll finish this off tomorrow when we clean the base plate, and we'll service the motor and stuff. We'll do that tomorrow. It's like having a bag of sweets. You don't eat them all in one go, do you, guys? Unless you're a greedy fucker, of course. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to bring this down. Now you saw how dirty this was when we took it out of the chassis. Now, there you go. That's not dirt, that's just, I don't think it is anyway. Not dirt, that, I think it's just markings on the plate. There we go. No, it's not coming off. No. It's just the markings, just marks on the base plate, on the gear. And let's put these. Christine, I think the Hansel and Gretel's just boiled. There you go. Right. So, that's it, guys. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, this was bent as well. I had to straighten this. So I think somebody's bent that, but I need to double check. I have got another mechanism I can look at. Well, I might be able to look at the one I did for Rick. The last one I did, just look at the photo, at the video. There you go. Let's zoom out just a little bit so you can see the whole thing. Get the whole picture if you like. Get the full skizzer. There we go. There you go, guys. Now you seen how dirty and scuzzy that was when it came in. Look at it now. Do you know something? You could eat your dinner off it, couldn't you? Not that you'd want to, but you could. You know, you could eat your dinner off that, guys. I'm really pleased with that. Anyway, I'll stop and have a chat with yous now. So, right, just before we round off, let's turn the soldering iron off. Just before we round off the evening, guys, I will take any questions if you have any. If you haven't got any questions, then I won't take any. Cheers, Christine. Thank you very much. Laura had a tea.
Yeah.
Was it all right? There we go. Right, so ask me away, guys. Oh, Clarence said hello, lovely Laura.
Hi.
She said hi, Clarence. Right, so, you know, you can't go wrong with that, can you? That's it. It's about as full as we can get it. There you go, Rick. If you get to see this, which I'm sure you will. Mine is tea, cheers, please. Mine is tea, please, Christine. Yeah. Long way to send it, Clarence. You're more than welcome, no. Listen, if you're ever in the UK, Clarence, you're more than welcome to call in. Absolutely, my friend. You're more than welcome to call in. If you're ever in the UK, don't you worry about it. You just knock my door. Yeah. But, yeah. Yeah, you just check my door. Just give me door a knock. Yeah. Yeah, I had a visit from our friend Jay the other night, and I said to him, let me know next time you come in, I'll fuck off out. I was joking, of course. Hello, sir, hope you are well. Oh, you're talking to Clarence. Yeah, I'm sure Clarence is well. I hope you are well, Clarence. Yeah, so has anybody got any questions? Does anybody want to ask me anything? Sensible questions, that is. You know, yeah. Anybody want to ask me any sensible questions? I will do my best to answer. I mean, to be honest with you guys, it still looks fucking scuzzy down there, doesn't it? But it ain't, trust me. Still looks a bit grubby, but it's not. You could eat your dinner off that now. But that'll now work, guys, as good as it did when it was made, when it first made. That'll work perfect. That'll work as good as it did when it was new. Andy, I'll give you great advice. Get a magnet tray. Yeah, for putting bits in. Yeah, but sometimes, yeah, but I know, I've been thinking about it. I have one, it's a great yoke. That's what the Irish refer to as cars, isn't it? It's a great little yoke, sir. Yeah. Yeah, great little yoke. Yeah, they refer to cars, don't they, as yokes? Yeah. Well, at least Richie Kavanagh does. Yeah. Yeah. I take it you know who Richie Kavanagh is, Pat. One of your fellow countrymen, whose music I think is brilliant. And Seamus Moore. And fucking, who's that other fella? Is it Malcolm Powers? Is it? I can't remember his name. He sung a song with Seamus Moore called On the Dole. Is it Malcolm Powers? I can't remember. Something Powers. Yeah. Good singer. Yeah. I'm not forgetting Daniel O'Donnell. Probably Ireland's most famous son. All the women love him, you know. Daniel O'Donnell, I mean. Yeah, the women love him. Yeah, like I say, guys and girls, I'll be going soon, but if you've got any questions, ask me while I'm here, and I'll do my best to answer. I mean, we've got a few more of these coming in. We've got a few more Ua6s, and I think there might be the odd Calaro coming in. You know, we've got some more stuff coming in from Richard. So, you know, yeah. Give that a little bit of grease. There you go. Just put a bit of grease on there because it runs under that thing there. Runs under that, so yeah. Yeah, I need to order some magnetic trays. Yeah, I need to order some. But yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use Bench 2 for repairs anymore. I'm going to do them all on here. And I'm going to use bench 2 for things like, I'm going to set the ultrasonic cleaner up on there. Yeah, that's alright now. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that though. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that, guys. I mean, because I'd like to get behind it and take it out and give it a good cleaning, but I can't. No, I can do. I think it'll be alright. Yeah, I think it'll be alright that now. Only option left is to raise a people's army and seize control of the government. No shit. Our only option left, yeah. I mean, you're not going to get rid of Trump now, you know, that cunt's a dictator. I'm not going to go all political, but he's a fucking dictator like that cunt we've got. The fucking Keir cocksucker. Yeah. And as I say, guys, that's why people send stuff to me, because I can put the what do you call it away now, so I don't trip over in a minute. The heat gun. But that's the first time on one of these decks I've seen one of those actuation poles actually seized on. That's usually the newer BSRs or the Garrards that seize up. That they seize up on. But drop that down there. There we go. But yeah, I'm really, yeah, so what we'll do tomorrow, guys, let me come back to the, just move this base plate out of the way so I don't run into it. So let me come back to camera 5. And my wheels are, I put new wheels on this chair and they still get fucking, the wheels still get caught up. I mean, it's, there we go, not as bad as it was. At least they're not made out of plastic. So what we'll do, we'll go to 5 and we'll do that. And we'll put the title up ready. There we go. How about that, eh, guys? One press of the button and we're there. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all. My glasses are over there. I'm not going back over there for them. Glad to help you out, my friend. No worries, Pat. Anyway, yeah, I definitely think, going back to Karen, I definitely think BSR and Garrard would have thought their record decks would have lasted. Yeah, I definitely think so. Well, I don't think so, no. So, I mean, yeah, absolutely brilliant. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Like, share, subscribe. Oh, I've not seen the lovely Julie for a while. If you're okay, I hope you're okay, Julie. And I hope to see you Sunday for the karaoke. You take it easy if you're watching, which I know you will be. Anyway, guys, listen, you all take it easy. Thank you very much for coming in and joining me. It's always a pleasure to have you in. Like, share, subscribe, and buy me a coffee if you want to. And remember to, yeah, click the like button, click the subscribe button. Don't cost you anything. You know, catch you later, guys. Bye for now.
Vintage audio repair is our main. Bringing old electronics back to life is our game. Tubes and wires we arrange. Every circuit we exchange. Dusty gears begin to turn. Ancient speakers start to burn.